Okay, we have some presents, so I think we can start. So to remind you, last week we started to observe the huge amount of changes we have introduced into the latest version of our desktop application, which is called TrueConf 8. Right now, this new version is available for Windows platform. Very soon, it will become available for Mac. And for Mac, which are based on ARM CPUs as well. I'm talking about M1 and M1 Pro as well. And after that, we're going to release the 8th generation of our client application for Linux platforms as well. So all those updates will happen this year. But I decided to add an extra bonus to today's webinar because not much left from the topic of the previous webinar about the desktop application. So I decided to add more topics which are connected with our newest, just totally updated Android application. Android by so far is the second most popular platform TrueConf users are using globally. It is like on, if we have a look on mobile devices, 95-96% of our endpoints are connected to our cloud, for example, or to the service of our customer are Android-based. So for us, Android is a second after Windows most important platform. We totally redesigned the application, so you will see today how we did it. Like before, I will share my screen, so you will see me in a small window, or sometimes you will not see me totally. Last time I showed to you which new UI things we have introduced to the new desktop application. We tried to do some things, made some calls. I showed you some additional hints we display in the interface, some interesting features like background blurring, etc. So today we're going to cover more a messaging part of our new client application. And to better understand how messaging is working, I'd like to introduce, first of all, the concept of multilogin. So multilogin, it is a way we can use the same user account on multiple devices. To better illustrate this, I have prepared my phone, which is duplicated on that screen. I will move around a little bit things. Just a moment. I will unlock my screen and I will set the display timeout to 10 minutes. It will be comfortable enough for you. Okay, so let's open TrueConf application. Here it is. I hope you can see it well. So the first thing I'm going to show you is to sign in using the same account. I'm connected to the demo server we're using right now, using lev@video.trueconf.com account, and I'm going to use the same account here. So I will sign out from demo group, just a moment, and we'll sign in from a second endpoint. Yeah, I need to change the layout to the light them. Here we are. Okay, so right now I'm authenticated on 2 endpoints using the same account. So if someone will try to reach me, I will receive incoming calls on both devices. So Rudolf, can you please try to call me from your mobile phone?
Sure, I'm calling. I will
show. So as you can see, I simultaneously receive 2 incoming calls, one on my phone and second on my desktop application for the same account. This is something very new. It wasn't available before. So what I'm going to do, I accept Rudolf call on my phone. Nice to see you, Rudolf. I will disable the mic. While my desktop application is not in use because it was comfortable for me to accept the call while let's assume I was on the go. So I was traveling in a taxi on the street, so I accepted the call on my phone when Rudolf tried to reach me. But now I went to the office and I can, for example, make another call. So I will start a conference here, and I will add more participants to the conference. Let's do this. Where they are. I asked wrong participants to join. Okay, so let's have a look. Maybe I will add someone else. I added participants from our previous webinar, which was in Russian. Okay, so hello. This bird is a test call. So now I'm having two separate sessions, two different types of calls. One is the point-to-point call with Rudolf using my phone, and in a parallel, I have a multi-point conference with this beautiful bird in the same time using the same account. So this multi-login feature allows you to initiate and receive calls on multiple devices simultaneously. We do not limit this, so it's a kind of a trick, but we do not prohibit this to do. So it opens multiple possibilities and it is a very flexible way how you can handle things. For example, you can walk into the room, start a session from your conference room endpoint, and for some people who are not able to do this, and you are still available for others. The only downside of this approach is that all the chat history, all files which were exchanged during the conference, all call logs, everything will be available on two endpoints because you are authenticated from multiple devices. So this is very useful because when you start to exchange messages or participate in the calls, you can access the history of your messages and calls from both devices. So if I drop this call, just a moment, and I will send a message to Rudolf. Hello. It will be immediately available here as well while I'm in a call on a second machine. We have a thing that sends to the group chat of the conference notifications, like when somebody joins or leave the call, we have such notifications. So when I enter the conference on my desktop application, they immediately on my phone, because we're using the same account, the notification pop up that I left the call. That's nothing special here. So
there is a question left, by the way, over
okay.
here from Hubert. What is the limit of devices on which you can log in
no
at the same
limits.
time?
The only limit, Hubert, is the number of online users you have in your license. No other limits we have. And we are going to think how to adjust those licensing options to bring the best for messaging to our customers. So all our customers will receive more possibilities, more features, and none of the existing licenses will be compromised. So we're going to give you more very soon. So no, we don't think of any limitations right now.
I believe that the most popular question would be, how secure is multi-point functionality?
It is a good question. So what we're going to add this year, maybe in the beginning of the first quarter of the next year, is on every endpoint you will be able to see from which devices you are authenticated. So you will be able to control which endpoints, which devices are using your credentials. Of course, it is very important to check. So you will be able, for example, to sign out from all devices to maintain security. Thank you for this question, Rudolf. Okay, so what I'm going to show you right now is that I will create a group chat. Alina, could you please tell my colleagues not to send me any messages right now? So the group chat will be, let's say, let's call it Friday meeting or Thursday. So today is Thursday.
Thursday is a small Friday.
Oh, it could be a project meeting, project group. Let's say this is a group. This is definitely not a meeting. I'm sorry. This is a group. And once the group is created, I can add more people to it. But before, let me change the account. I don't want to use my mobile account. I will go back to the demo account because it has people I need to add to this chat. Just a moment. Okay, here we are. So I create the project group. Groups could have any people from any groups, even from remote servers. Not only the participants are not limited to the local server, thanks to our federation feature. So I can add people one by one or the whole group to the chat. Now, if I invite, let's exchange some messages. I will say hello to everyone. I will attach. Oh, this is spam. I will attach a file, an image. I will attach a large file here as well. So it is possible to exchange files in the application. All people in a group will be able to access this chat from whatever device they use. It is not required for them to have the previous messages of this chat if they were participants of this chat to access those messages and files from a new device. Once you sign in on a new device, and if you were a member of this chat, you will immediately see the whole history. So we synchronize for you all calls, all groups, all messages. In the previous version of our application, if you send a message to someone, it will only be available from the same endpoint you received that message. But now all messages are delivered directly from the server. And so we make sure that you have the consistent experience on all devices. So you can start a conversation or a call or messaging on one device and continue it from your laptop, or go to the lunch and grab your phone and continue the conversation from your phone. So you see the same things on multiple devices simultaneously. We can access in chats files which are being exchanged by members of this chat. We can see information about this chat, so we can leave it, or we can clear the history just for myself. We can change the name. So right now it is the all settings we offer for the chat, but we are going to add more features later because we are using our own protocol for this, so our own technology. We do not depend on any third-party technologies for messaging and video conferencing, so we can do whatever we want to do. So if you have any ideas, please share them with us. So we'll be happy to review them and to put them in the roadmap. When we talk about messaging, in the messaging, we have a couple of important things. So the first one and most useful one is a reply. So to bring, just a moment, I will resize the application. Let me invite to this chat my phone. Here it is. Yes, I have added my phone to the chat. Here I am, Lev Mobile. Please pay attention that when you add a new person to the group chat, none of previous messages or previous files are being shared with that user. So only recent chat messages and files will be shared. So if I say something, hello Lev, that message will become available. Just a moment, I have to update. Yeah, will become available for new members, but not previous messages. So another thing is I can make replies. So I tap to select a message. I can select multiple messages, or I can bring a drop-down menu by single tapping on any message. So I will show you this way. So I can send a reply, hi, to someone. I can even use smiles to bring more emotions to the message. And we totally recognize all emojis. And what I did is, you can see I received message on my desktop. Another thing I can do, in addition to replying, I can edit messages. This is something WhatsApp is missing. How are you? I can edit message. Or I can check some spelling. And the message is immediately updated on for all members on all devices. Of course, we display that the message was edited. The third thing about messaging is the control of the delivery of the messages. So you can see that we display double tick under the message. That means that the message was successfully received from you on the server, and the message was accessed by at least one participant of a group chat, and was received and was seen by one participant of the group chat. So you can make sure that you are connected, that your messages are being read. Another thing is an ability to delete messages. For example, I made a mistake. I don't want this message to be visible, so I can delete it just for me, or I can delete it for all participants. That's how it works. Another thing, we can select messages. I can select one message or multiple messages, and I can forward them. So let me forward those messages to the sales group chat. Then it will be labeled as a forwarded from someone. So that's pretty simple. Another thing is the ability to select multiple items. Let's select them again. I can copy selected items to the clipboard. So if I'd like to save the messages, all messages, I can do that using this method. Okay, I don't want to delete them, I will cancel. So this is the messaging thing. It is available right now on Windows application, Android application, and it is also available in iOS application on iPhones and iPads. The only thing you have to know is that messaging is only in Multilogin, is only available when you are connected to the version of TrueConf Server 5 or newer. So our current webinar and the demonstration server we're using right now are based on TrueConf Server version 5.0. By the way, you can already start to use the version 5.0 because it is available from our website. So if we go to the server product page, please pay attention to the notification over there. You can request the access to the beta version of TrueConf Server. It is very easy to do. So we advise you to try it because it will be released pretty soon. So we expect it to be released by end of this year, maybe next month. So you can connect your applications to the new version and open the full features of the new version offered to you. Okay, so another part I'd like to cover for this version of the application is for some advanced techniques to control meetings. So I will create a call. Let's me create a all-on-screen call. I will add more participants to it. A lot of people. And I'm going to add to the same call my phone. Let me show you. So I'm receiving a call. Here I am. The good thing is that, let me change the size of this window a little bit. So we totally updated the conference mode for mobile application. So now we have pages during the call on the mobile phone. So the first page, which we call home page, is always displaying the person who is speaking at the moment, or the person who is sharing some content. And we can change the layout by simply turning the device any moment, and we can see in a full HD, in a very high quality, the content we are receiving. Or if we handle it vertically again, it will change please change. Back to the vertical orientation. The second pages and further pages are representing people in a call. Because we have 17 people in a call, I have multiple pages. So the first page is for 9 participants, and the second page is for 9 participants, and the third page is for another 7 participants. This way, we are able to display to more than 9 participants which are visible in a call. In the previous version of Android application, the limitation was 9. And when 10th or 11th participants was visible in a call on a desktop, they was invisible on a mobile. So right now, with support of pages, we can display many more participants, up to 49 participants per call, up to 7 pages. And if I rotate my phone again, the quality will be better because, of course, horizontal layout is more suitable for 16:9 proportion of the cameras we're using in the calls. And of course, the first page is again for content and for speaking participants. Let me show you. I will start to share my screen again. And yeah, I will minimize this and open the mobile application. So on a mobile, the resolution is much higher than you see on my desktop because the mobile phone is usually 1080p or higher, has a 1080p or higher resolution. And any moment I can switch back to the visible participants. This is very new thing. The thing we missed a lot. It is not possible at the moment to make someone larger in the layout, but we're going to add this. So you will be able to pin on the first page someone you like to have attention on. Because right now we always put a focus on this person who is speaking right now. I will stop to share my screen. Which, I think this one. Yeah, I guessed correctly. Okay, another new thing here is, let me show my screen again of the phone. Okay, here we are. Is the new interface to control participants in a call. So if I tap somewhere, I can go to the list of participants. Here we are. And now it is very easy to manage different roles and different participants during the call using simple push and taps. So I can drop someone from a call, or let me assign myself on a mobile phone as a moderator. Okay, yeah, now I am a moderator. So I can drop someone from a call. Participant left. I can drop someone else. Participant left. Please pay attention that we can do most of the features which are available in a content menu in a desktop application. So almost the same is available from your mobile phone. Very similar. We can disable the microphone, we can assign a moderator privileges, we can drop from a call. When we left the conference in our application, the TrueConf for mobile starts to display you the compact mode. In a compact mode, here we are. The person who is speaking right now is being displayed. It is very similar how Windows application behaves when you change focus to another application. That helps me to be connected to the meeting while I'm, for example, exchange messages with someone, or when I manage the conference, or even if I left the application and start to do some other things on my phone, so I'm able to see the content. Another new thing here is that I'm now able to capture the content from my phone. It is not very useful on a smartphone, but it is pretty useful on a tablet. So if I go to the menu during the call, I can select the screen sharing option and have to accept it. And now my screen is being displayed. When I share my screen, I can freeze a content by simply clicking on the annotation button. And once I freeze, I'm able to draw above the content. So I can select the color and the style of the pen, and I can draw anything on the screen, and all participants will see this. I can delete what I just draw by simply clicking on a trash bin over here, and it is being deleted from the conference. If you have a pen, I'm having, my phone is a Galaxy now, so I can use my pen. And let's change the color. So I can put attention on something. Please use this to enter the search query, for example. When we display and draw annotations, the content is being freezed, so it is not updated in real time. So if we'd like to go back to the live content stream, so we have to stop the content sharing. Just clicking here. And now we are back to the live. But my content is not being displayed with annotations anymore. It is live again. So, and any moment we can minimize this. So we can use the minimum amount of space on your screen if you're sharing something. So if you don't want to see anyone, you can minimize or maximize. Very similar to Windows application. Okay, so I'm going to tap the stop content sharing, and I'm back to the camera. And if I double click Android application again, so I'm going back to the conference. This is how our new Android application is handling messaging, handling large conferencing, and handling very new collaboration approaches, which allows you to easily share the content from your mobile phone while being on the go or traveling. This is very useful. So I will end this call for everyone. Because I was a moderator of a call, I have ended it for everyone. So you can see that all peoples have been removed from this conference. Okay. Another thing we're going to cover today, so enough for mobile phone, is to an ability to send DTMF commands from a chat, from a conference in a new application. So if you have any questions for mobile application, please ask them. Let me have a look on the chat. No questions so far. Okay, maybe next time. And to demonstrate you how to send DTMF commands from new applications, I'm going to start a call on our MCU. So this is TrueConf MCU. This is also a very powerful application. It is for Linux only. So it is basically helps you to connect H323 and SIP endpoints you might have in your room. So I will do a very simple thing. I will start a call here, a conference. Let's check who is connected. Yeah, all endpoints are connected. Very nice. So I'm going to call here as well. Where is the MCU? I have to copy the IP address of the MCU. Just a moment. So I will try to reach it using SIP. So sometimes when you try to use TrueConf, when you use it has a voice menu in it. So sometimes when you call meetings, they ask you to enter the PIN number or conference password. So you can use our application to join meetings on BlueJeans, on Zoom, on WebEx, and some other video conferencing online services. The only thing I have to do is to use my mouse to bring up the content menu. I select send DTMF command, and now I can enter the pin code. So I know the pin code, which is 4000s. Just confirm using the pound sign, and now we're back to the conference. So it is much easier to do compared to the previous version, 7th version of our application, because if you have multiple person in the room, we can send different DTMF commands. And the same menu, the same interface is used to reach phone subscribers, telephony subscribers when we like to add them to the call. Very similar. Okay, and we'll return back to the call. Stop it. And I'd like to end the conference here as well. Okay, let's move forward. I don't remember if I showed you before the new layouts we have inside the TrueConf server. Let me show you. So once again, I create a large conference. Let's put as much participants as we have. 24. Start a conference. So new version allows us to manage the layout from inside the application. So we have to bring up the real-time management thing. So now I can select the layout for all participants from here using new types of layout. So for example, this one. So I can create a layout with the participant in the center. I will autofill it. Here we are. I'm not able to change anything because the layout is being controlled by the moderator, but such layouts are not available from the client application directly. So we have to use this real-time management thing to create them. They are very useful if you have a lot of people on screen, let's say 12, 13, 16, you can bring up very beautiful layouts using this interface. So I can change it one more time to bring up this kind of layout. Let's say we'd like to display it for 14 people. Okay, here we are. So again, very new layout, which are not available by default in the application. If you'd like to have more control over your layouts, for example, if I'd like to assign this slot for an actively speaking person for voice activity detection slot, and this slot for content, I can do that using TrueConf MCU. So advanced rules for different slots in the layout are still not available on the server, because such things we believe have to be addressed by a professional solution like TrueConf MCU. It is very useful for SIP and free-to-free endpoints because they don't have flexibility of ordering and changing the layouts by themselves. They have to ask an operator to achieve this. That's the main purpose of an MCU, to hold meetings which are controlled by operators, while in TrueConf Server users control the meetings and control the layout. So if I delete the layout here, I will delete it. Okay, so I'm back to the regular mode and I can order layouts I'd like to have on my own without any support from the operator. Okay, let's end this call. So I think we have covered two most important things which are just released in the latest version of our desktop and mobile application. So I will stop to share my screen and I will try to enable my camera in just a moment. Here I am. The first thing we just showed to you is the Multilogin, which allows us to be available from multiple devices simultaneously. The second thing we discussed today is the messaging. So now it is possible to use TrueConf native application on desktops and mobiles as a messaging platform. So when you deploy TrueConf server, you immediately receive for free the messaging platform for your users. And the third thing we covered is a new Android application, which brings the same power and the same features we have in a desktop application on Android platform. We are going to update the iOS application by end of this year. It will receive the same features you've seen today for desktop and for Android. So please stay tuned. We are going to present more updates very soon. And we will start with the server update in November. And we're going to add more next year, more messaging things, more settings, more features, more capabilities. That's it for today's webinar. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. We'll wait for a couple of minutes more for them if you have any. The recording will be available for all registered participants later.
There is already one question from Hubert. Will be an option to share content with sound? It goes a movie with sound from YouTube or movie with sound played from the desktop?
Very nice question. Thank you, Hubert. Yes, we finally figured out how to do this. So it is now possible to do on Windows 10 and on Mac. It will be added in the next version of desktop application. I assume it will be 8.1 or 8.2. So in the beginning of the next year, it will be available shortly. Yes. Any more questions? Any other questions?
Lev, just to confirm, the latest version of the Android 2.0 is already there, already available on the Google market, right?
Yes, of course. Thank you, Rodolphe. So if you go to Google Play, there will be a button, join the public beta test. So if you join public beta test, the TrueConf application on your phone will be replaced with the new beta version I just showed you today automatically. So you don't need to do anything. Great, wonderful. Okay, guys, thank you very much for your time today. Please be safe. Please pay attention to your family. And we hope to see you in November on our next webinar. I hope it will be about the release of TrueConf Server 5.0. I wish you to have a nice day or nice evening, and it was a pleasure to see all of you. Thank you for your time. Have a nice
Lev,
day.
thank you for the presentation, and goodbye, everyone. See you next time.